I have to be honest. Talking about Chernobyl, I feel ultimately somewhat unqualified. I mean, I watched the whole show, so in theory, I should be qualified. It is a mini series, only 5 episodes long. It's not a huge time commitment, but I just watched it. You know, I sat down, I viewed it on my television screen, and I did it for entertainment's sake. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I didn't really know that I was going to witness all of these shocking and brutal and horrific things that actually happened. So reviewing this one as just a TV show just doesn't feel right. Because I could sit here and say all the technical things that it did well, how great the production design was, how excellent these actors were. But it just feels wrong to me. And ultimately, I find myself just thinking about all of the things that happened in the show, which don't really, do to an extent, but don't really affect the quality of the show. That's just the things that happened. So as a whole, this TV show, I just feel unqualified to really discuss why it was great, and I don't really know how much to say about it. I mean, it's a great show. I highly recommend you watch it. There was just tons of stuff in here that I had no idea happened. I did not know this was how this situation was handled. I did not know this is how it happened. I just didn't know all of these things. So for educational purposes, I'm glad that I saw it. But just recommending this as a TV show, just talking about it for entertainment's sake, it doesn't feel right because of the event of Chernobyl. So it's a little bit hard for me to talk about this and just talk. And all I can find myself doing is just saying this was great. They did a great job at showing everything that happened and showing how horrible it was. Basically, whenever I watch a TV show and they talk about radiation again, I'm going to have an entirely new perspective about how horrible large amounts of radiation can really be. And it's kind of changed the way I alter certain pieces of television just because of how I have seen through this TV show how horrible that can be, and it's scary. It's genuinely frightening, and I don't know. It's a great show. It was really well done. I think it's important. I think people should know what happened at Chernobyl if you don't have a clear idea of everything that went down, because I sure didn't know all this stuff. And even if you know some of it or a lot of it, this TV show will probably give you something that you didn't know before. And not only that, it's a great show. Everything is done really well. I'm very impressed by the creator, Greg Mazin. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. But the creator did a great job, and everyone that worked on the show did a great job. All of the actors, all of the whole production team, and I was just thoroughly impressed by it. Overall, I thought Chernobyl was really quite excellent. Every episode was engaging and horrifying and disturbing and had twists and turns that I never expected and never knew about, and it was just a kind of a hard to watch but hard to take your eyes off show that really showed the true trauma of Chernobyl and all of the horrible things that had to happen, and it really showed the scale of how bad everything was and how much it affected the people of Chernobyl and the people of not only the city where the power plant resided, but across that whole area. And this show did a great job at many things, and I found myself very impressed, and I'm going to give Chernobyl a rating of 9.25 out of 10. So that's going to do it for now, folks. Yeah, Chernobyl. Have you seen it? Do you have any thoughts on it? I sure do. Yeah, sitting down to record this one, I tried to record it a couple of times, and I just found myself just not quite figuring out what I needed to say, and then ultimately I decided that what I just need to talk about is a little bit less about the technical aspects of the show, because that was the hard thing to do. Is like, it doesn't feel like a normal show like Game of Thrones, which implies Game of Thrones is a normal show, but it doesn't feel like a traditional TV show. It because of the nature of it, I just found myself kind of unqualified to talk about it, but I did it anyway because it's a great show and it is worth discussing, and I highly recommend you watch it. And that's why there were no spoilers in this review. Really, I didn't really want to discuss many of the things that went on, even though this was a historical event. They would still spoil it for you if you didn't know what happened. So yeah, that's all I can really say. This is a great show. Highly recommend it. It's a mini series. It's 5 episodes. It'll take you 5 hours to finish, and I can almost guarantee that you won't regret it. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for now, folks. I don't have much else to say. Great show. And yeah, thank you very much for taking your time to watch my video today. But yeah, that's going to do it for now, folks. So, thank you for watching. Take care, and have a lovely week.